If you watched a man's final moments, would you even realize it? Security cameras don't normally capture the beginning of a mystery. But in 2014, one airport camera quietly recorded something that still haunts people today. A man, terrified, sprinting for his life from someone or something no one else could see. This is the story of Lars Mittank, the 28-year-old who filmed his own disappearance. Lars wasn't the type of person who made trouble. He grew up in northern Germany, worked at a power plant, lived a calm life, loved football and had close friends. Those friends would later say the same thing over and over. He was completely normal. There were no signs that anything was wrong. That summer, they booked a trip to Golden Sands, Bulgaria, known for its beaches, cheap drinks and nightlife that runs until sunrise. Nothing about this holiday was unusual. But every story like this has a moment, a tiny detail, where everything shifts. For Lars, that moment came after a night out at a bar called The Viking. A disagreement broke out between him and a group of rival football fans. Some reports say it started as a joke, others say it escalated quickly. What is certain is that Lars was punched in the head by someone much larger than him. He shrugged it off at first, but the next morning he had intense pain and trouble hearing. A doctor diagnosed a mild eardrum perforation, painful but not dangerous. Still, it meant he wasn't allowed to fly home. His friends offered to stay with him, but Lars insisted he'd be fine alone. This decision, staying behind, is the moment the story changes direction. Lars checked into a small, inexpensive hotel near the coast. He told his mother everything seemed fine. He went to the pharmacy and got the antibiotic Cefprozil. He planned to rest for a day and fly home tomorrow. But within hours, something about him shifted. Hotel staff later reported that Lars seemed agitated and on edge. He paced the hallways. He looked through the windows. He stood in the elevator without pressing a button. At one point, he left the hotel entirely and disappeared for the night. To this day, no one knows where he went. When he called his mother at 1 a.m, his voice was shaking. He whispered, "There's people after me. I need to get out of here." He begged her to cancel his credit card. He said 4 men were following him, the same men from the bar, he claimed. But there is no CCTV evidence of any men, no witnesses, no confrontation. It was paranoia or something else. By morning, he returned to the hotel and checked out. The receptionist later said she saw him walk in nervously and leave abruptly, as if someone was coming for him. But again, no one was there. He headed straight for Varna Airport, not running, not hiding, just walking, tired, stressed, but calm enough to book a flight and wait. For a moment, it looked like the nightmare was ending. But then a doctor entered the airport medical unit to check on his ear. A witness described the atmosphere as normal, nothing confrontational, nothing threatening. But as soon as the doctor arrived, Lars stood up suddenly. The doctor later said Lars's eyes changed instantly. No one knows exactly what he saw or thought he saw. But what happened next is one of the most disturbing, unexplainable moments ever caught on airport security footage. Lars whispered something under his breath. Then he said clearly, "I don't want to die here." And he ran. The footage shows him bursting out of the medical room, sprinting through the terminal, pushing past passengers, and charging across the car park with incredible speed, all with no one chasing him. His backpack, passport, wallet, and phone were left behind. That detail is important, because most missing person cases involve someone intentionally disappearing. But Lars left behind everything he needed to survive. He was running from fear, not running toward freedom. Outside, he climbed a fence, crossed a highway, and ran toward a dense field of sunflowers and forest. A truck driver later reported seeing a confused, panicked man running at full speed. But after that, he vanished. Local police searched with dogs, drones, and thermal cameras. Nothing. Not a single piece of clothing, no footprints, no DNA. If Lars was injured or unconscious, heat cameras should have detected him. They didn't. Even stranger, the forest he ran into leads into rural land, not cliffs or water. The chances of simply disappearing there are extremely low. That's why this case is so unsettling. It doesn't behave like a normal disappearance. Over time, theories appeared. Some believe Lars suffered a severe concussion from the fight, causing paranoia, hallucinations, and a fear response known as flight panic. Others point to the antibiotic cefprozil, which can cause psychological side effects in rare cases. Another theory is darker, that Lars witnessed something criminal near the hotel, human trafficking, organized crime, or something he wasn't supposed to see. Bulgaria's Black Sea coast is known for party tourism, but also corruption. Some people believe Lars wasn't paranoid. He really was being followed. Then there's the theory that haunts his mother, that Lars didn't die, but survived, confused, injured, and now living somewhere with memory loss, possibly wandering Eastern Europe. There have been alleged sightings: a homeless man in Romania, a drifter in Poland, a man working on a farm in Germany. But none confirmed. His mother still answers every call, every email, every blurry photo sent to her. What makes this story endure is the footage. Those final seconds of Lars sprinting out of frame. Every time someone watches it, they ask the same question. What did he see? Because in the video, he's not running like someone who is scared of being late or scared of missing his flight. He's running like someone trying to escape death itself. For some viewers, the terror is obvious. They say his expression is of pure survival instinct. Others say he looks like he's reacting to something internal, a panic attack, a hallucination, a break in reality. And that uncertainty is what traps people. We know exactly what happened up until the moment he vanishes into the trees. After that, the story collapses into silence. It's rare for a disappearance to feel supernatural while still being grounded in reality. But the Lars Mittank case sits exactly at that crossroads between mental illness and genuine danger, between paranoia and conspiracy, between truth and myth. Maybe he's still alive. Maybe he died alone in the forest. Or maybe the real story, the thing he was running from, was never captured on camera. If you want more atmospheric, in-depth stories like this, make sure you subscribe to Saunton. Each week, we explore mysteries that stay with you long after the screen goes dark. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious and stay safe.